Hello, all my TW555 members here at Midway. Welcome back to the Quick Question Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Perez. I'm one of your alternate union reps for the station. Alongside my co-host, Hugo Valles, your safety rep for the station. Hugo.
Oh, hello. Today we will be making a nice ham with a little bourbon juice on it. A little bourbon for the glaze and a little bourbon for me. Oh.
What was that lady's name?
Julia Childs.
Julia Childs.
And I'm really showing my age because...
Yeah, you are, actually.
That bird was old.
Yeah, that was. I remember watching that. What it was after Mr. Rogers, probably. I think.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle where I was bored and,
So you had to watch.
The lady was always getting drunk on her stuff. I'm like, cool.
Yeah. So Hugo, man.
Yeah?
How you been feeling after this Bears loss?
You know what? Not so bad. Obviously that day, that night, I was, very messed up because I was very sad. But it was a hell of a ride. I liked it. I like where it's trending, and I'm hoping they're going to trend the right direction in the season coming up again. Maybe get some better, people out there
on defense, especially.
Yes.
Well, they got to sign some guys because some guys are not going to be, they're off the contract.
Yeah, that is
true.
Hopefully
they get them. So we'll see.
Yep.
But anyways, let's get this thing started. I'm going to start off with the telemetry enhancement program that these guys did to all our ground equipment. This is going to start February 9th. Obviously, you guys heard that they're going to start governing these things to where if you don't wear your seatbelt, it's going to probably go 2 miles an hour, and that's every piece of equipment. They're also going to be tracking, and they'll know exactly when you're wearing a seatbelt or not, and of course, the write-ups will come right after. Well, it just depends. Of course, they're going to write you up, and then, of course, we argue and you grieve it no matter what. But, yeah, that starts February 9th. Now, I'm about to probably piss you guys all off because, we already got the email on what happens or what's going to happen, but I don't know if you guys look, but check your emails. But anyways, so in Baltimore, well, let me just explain what this is. So exactly, so if you don't put your seatbelt on, obviously it's going to go 2 miles an hour. That's every piece of equipment. Every piece of equipment. So it's not going to do anything until you put your seatbelt. Not only does it check that you got your seatbelt on, it also checks the weight. So it also figures out of not who's on there, but somebody's sitting on it. So it's the big problem in Baltimore is the fact that these things started messing up, which means that even though you put your seatbelt on and everything, it's still going to go 2 miles an hour.
Oh, that's great.
So if that happens, there's a troubleshooting thing you can do when that happens. So if you get into your tug, you put your seatbelt on, you did everything right, and it's still going slow, then you have to reset it. So what you do, and this is going to probably piss all you guys off because this is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun, especially in the yard. But what you have to do is everything has to come off the seat because it's sensitive to everything. That means if it's two people in that tug with you, they got to come out. If you have a bag, if you have a clipboard, if you have a radio, if you have a scanner, all that's got to come off the seat. It's got to come off the seat. So you get out, get everything off, and then you turn your stuff off. And then you have to wait 60 seconds. That's the kicker. You have to wait 60 seconds before you can actually turn anything back on. So you wait 60 seconds, you get back in your tug, and then hopefully, the problem will be solved. So this is going to be interesting, man, because if it happens in the yard, you're going to have those guys that are going to just sit there on the side and wait and do this all over. Man, it's going to be
fun times.
Not just that, but I can't wait to hear everybody just scream at us. And guys, this is going to be interesting. But again, it's in your email. It is from Desiree. She did pass it out to all of us. So make sure you guys check it out. And remember, February 9th is going to start, and it'll be fun. So if you have any questions once this thing before I get started, just please find me, and I'll try to answer it best I can. All right, Hugo. I know I took all of it last time because you were on vacation. So go ahead, man.
Yeah. Welcome back, and very interesting. As you know, there's a lot of equipment out of the ramp because they are being fixed. It's pretty bad because they got the icers going in there because they issued a TSB on them all. Now, TSB is a technical support bulletin, and that comes from Upper GSC headquarters, and they have to recheck all of the de-icers. They gave them a 3-page checklist to go through on all of the de-icers.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, who the hell does this in the middle of winter, Yeah,
they couldn't wait for before.
Right. So, yeah, they give it to them now. They might have to be checking the icing trucks every 2 weeks now. Lucky for them is we do check our de-icing trucks, and the guys are pretty good too who are in the de-icing trucks. They they check them, they know what's wrong with them, and they take them straight over there. So hopefully they'll try to keep up. It's very bad right now.
Jesus.
And on the 8th of January, we received our first major aircraft damage.
Oh.
Yeah. They're not going to try to blame the ramp on this, but...
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they probably are. But it was because it was raining and snowing, and there was high winds. And, of course, it blew right into the plane. Now, luckily for this cart, it did have a bumper, and lucky for the plane, it didn't exceed a lot of damage. It did hit the little panel where it closes and stuff, to let the air in and out. So they had to replace that. Obviously, it was out of service.
Yikes.
Yeah, but because of that, headquarters gives management a call, told us, hey, go check all the carts and make sure the brakes are working on them. Well, I said, it's going to be slick out there. It's going to be rain. There's going to be a glycol. Some of these just don't hold, in that. But they told us to do it. They said anything that moves, we take. Like, all right, this is what you wanted. This is what you're going to get.
And it's funny how quick all of a sudden when an aircraft gets damaged and they want to check the carts right away. That's funny what it takes. But, hey, as long as they do it right.
I've always complained about the braking system anyway. When every winter it's the same stuff. I could say shit, right? It's the same shit every winter. I tell them, hey, brakes are not going to hold.
Now you want to ask that question?
I know. Well, I should have asked a long time ago, right?
Yeah, 55 fucks and 35 shits later.
Anyway, I've always asked if they should they can actually go for a better braking system where it could actually clamp on and the wheels lock. But that's not looking too well. So
that costs money.
Yeah, it's safety first, unless we can afford it.
Right.
Anyway. What else? Do you want to take something else?
No, go ahead. Keep going.
All right.
I don't
Keep
got that
going.
much. It's your,
all right. So
All
right. I did talk about a lot of the cold weather injuries we had or we could prevent and whatever. I didn't talk about trench foot. Trench foot is one where your feet are wet and cold, and where they're like soaking in your shoe for a long, long time.
That's the worst.
Yeah, that is bad. So. Your skin degrades and starts breaking, and then because of that, because of the wetness and the coldness, your capillaries start shrinking, so you get no blood flow in there, so there's no warmth, so that's very dangerous. That's why you should always get those boots that are weatherproof. Make sure maybe thermal lined. Wear your thermal socks as well, and always bring a change of socks just in case stuff like that does happen. But yeah, again, once you start blistering up and the skin breaks, you could actually get an infection, and it's very painful too. So
that's what that is.
Yeah.
That's not cool, man. I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How about your sickness? Did it go away?
Yeah, it went away.
Good, because you looked like ass last time.
Yeah, thanks for pissing me off again, because the guys are still actually doing it, man. The other time I hear somebody hacking outside the damn union office, just hacking, and somebody's yelling at them, "Cover your mouth!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, these guys not even covering their mouths.
Come on,
these guys just do not care, man.
You raised in a barn?
Yeah, they just do not care. It's like guys just take, there's 1,000 of us, and probably more, and. You just take care. If you're sick, you're sick. Go home. And if you're not sick, if you want to sick and go to work, then stay away from us. Cover your mouth. Do everything to avoid us, please.
Right. And and I don't want to make people mad or whatever. And I don't want this to be a political thing either. But those who do believe in vaccines, get a flu shot. They do offer free flu shots at Walgreens, or even you go to your own doctor and he'll offer you a free flu shot. Now, a lot of people are, against it because, all the chemicals in there, or because they just feel like they're going to get sick.
No, actually, I got sick. I paid $30 to get the flu.
Well, that's
that shit pissed me off. I'm like, I was serious. I paid $30 to get the damn flu.
Well, maybe we should have got the guy outside hacking and fucking coughing in your face.
Yeah, for free, man. But shit.
Saved you $30.
Well, speaking of the trench foot, so the reason why maybe some of these guys would is because some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, are actually wearing gym shoes when it's cold and snowing outside. Jesus Christ, that's the last thing you should be wearing out there. You have to take care of yourself. The company can only take care of you so far. They only give us so much. We got to take care of the rest. And if you're out there in your gym shoes, that's the wrong thing to wear.
Yeah, go to Cintas, man. They got shoes there.
Cintas
They got
has
boots.
some boots on there. If you just waste some of your allotment on that, I mean, they're actually worth it. I got them off there. They're really good. They're actually really good. But if not, invest in some boots, man. Invest in some Timberlands. Get something that keeps your feet warm and keeps them insulated and keeps them from getting wet. I'm telling you, it's out there. You guys got to do it. You guys got to put them on. And trust me, it works. It helps your feet out because right now it's cold, man. It's going to get cold. It's going to get really cold this weekend. Actually, it's going to be they're saying -10
for the high.
Yeah, I don't know. They say that's how low it's going to go. But that's crazy. So these guys, I know you guys are going to have to just start covering, their feet better. Start taking care of yourself. Start getting those thermals. Start getting those hats. Take care of yourself.
Oh yeah, layer up.
Layer up. And shoes, absolutely not. Get yourself some boots.
Right, and hopefully there'll be rotating people during that weather.
Yeah, that's actually what my next one was because I was talking to Q. Q was letting us know that they are preparing for the actual. I mean, all this stuff they've been preparing. Obviously, you've been seeing the soups and everything that they've been giving us and all the stuff they've been giving us for the last couple of weeks. And they're going to continue to do it. They're going to continue, and they're also giving us rotation teams on the gates. They give us plenty of transfer drivers. They gave us more local drivers. The icers are insane. But on the gates, they're adding 10 extra rotation teams. So in case you're out there too long, they're supposed to come out there and just rotate. That way you can go inside and stay warm.
Well, hopefully it works because it's up to us to actually show up to work.
Yeah, and don't forget, I know, right? We still got to show up to work and actually have all these. But if we don't start showing, if we just say, you know what, screw this, I'm going to call in because it's cold outside, then guess what? You're only making it worse on us. I know a lot of people like, me, myself, and I, but, again, we are a union. We're supposed to be taking care of each other. If you're sick, obviously stay home. If you're not, take your ass to work. You are outside. You work in the cold. You work in the heat. You work on all this stuff. We're just fine. We've been doing this long. It's not that bad. They actually been taking care of us. Making sure that we don't get out there, stay out there too much. And again, if you are out there that long, please, you got every right to come inside. Once you start getting numb,
right,
you have every right to come in and wait for 5 minutes. And the super manager tells you differently, please let me know.
Exactly.
What else you got, Hugo?
We got a visit from the regional safety rep, Carl Mager and Steve Riley, who I actually talked to a lot on the phone. They don't want to put Midway on the back burner, but because they have other cities with major issues. Here at Midway, they said that it's actually pretty cool. So they were pretty impressed with what they've seen out there. Everything it's looking pretty decent out there. We did go pay a visit to T-Point, and there's been a lot of complaints about, the dust and this and that. So they have been taking care of T-Point as well. I'm still working with the city, of course, and getting some sort of rough surface, at least, on, the downgrade into T-Point. Just so we don't have to be using all that sand. Other than that, they said everything was pretty good.
Yeah, they were cool. I actually was talking to them with you. They're actually pretty cool. Yeah. Where are they from again? Where's
Carl Mager is from Tampa, and Steve Riley is from Detroit.
Detroit, yeah, that's right. So Tampa, so he knows all our soups that went down there. Ray Husky and I forgot her name. What was her name? This other soup that went down there. Forgot her name. Heather. Heather. That's right.
Right.
What else you got, man?
Oh, and of course, a major story was electric tugs.
God, that's gonna be a problem.
Always comes up during the winter, and unfortunately, it's the big issue again. The batteries are either overcharging, and then they trip the charger, and then it shuts them off. It shuts the tug off, so they need to come over with their little machine and defibrillate it and restart it. It sucks, but I told them they're going to have to come up with a fix, either talk with the vendor or just get with the vendor that actually sells the right charger for that tug, and just be done with it, because it's only going to delay us going out there. It's going to mess up the operation, and they're just going to be inundated with more stuff out there because they're fixing all this other stuff.
What's going on with the chargers, actually?
Well, right now, like I said, I'm not supposed to let the cat out of the bag, but because it hasn't happened yet, they did put in a bid for new chargers, and that's why they've been asking me for locations for chargers to put out there. If it's going to happen, I don't know. And like I said, and before in one of these podcasts, I said that, I do feel like there's something coming up. Because, again, these batteries, they only last so long. Right. Or some of these new batteries are not corresponding to to the chargers out there, so they're not reading each other. And then the companies are blaming each other. So, like, well, this is for this and this is for that. Well, blah blah blah. So it's just there's a little disconnect around something.
Jesus.
So yeah. So
okay.
There's that. How about you? What you got, fella?
All right. So one quick thing from Q. One quick thing from Q is now we're gonna be I guess they're actually preparing for the assigned seating launches on April. It says here on his email he sent me April 27th. I don't think that's true. I think it's January. I think it's January 27th. Yeah. So I think it's a typo.
Yeah, they just moved my safety meeting from the 27th to the 29th because of
the launch. Okay, so it's January 20th. They are. So don't forget, guys, we actually have to go upstairs and start getting the bags. If those gate agents, you have to actually go upstairs before they start boarding and get the bags. And no, it's annoying, but unfortunately, we have to do it. So I mean, it's either or the ops agent or the ramp agent. So more than likely, they're going to want us to go up there at least early before they start boarding to pull those bags down. As far as what else I got? I have protected hours. So at the end of December, I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, "Look, I have all these earned hours. I called in sick. I have enough sick hours. Why didn't they take my protected hours?" Well, I found out that every one of those guys that did actually come towards me with that what I found out was that they ran out of the yearly allotted amount, which is 40 hours. We're allotted 40 hours a year. And we have to earn them. So they come every January. Once you finish off those 40 hours, you are done for the year. Even though you have you have a lot of earned hours, you're only allotted 40. And then even though if you ran out of them and you have 16 earned hours, you can't use them. You can't use them until next year because you already wasted all your allotted 40 hours. So just keep an eye on that number. There's 3 numbers you have to go by. The sick hours, obviously, the earned hours, and the yearly allotted max hours. It's on the email. There's 3 numbers. The top one's sick. The one in the middle is earned hours, and the bottom one is the yearly allotted. So just take it. It'll say 40 right now, but once you start using them, the number's going to go down every time you use them. And don't forget, for some reason, if you call in on a double, they're going to pay you for 8 and somehow take away 16 hours of protected hours if you have them. So don't call off on a double for now until we figure that out. So don't forget, guys, look at the yearly allotted amount, not just your earned hours. Just because you have the earned hours doesn't mean you still have hours in the allotted hours. Once you kill that 40, you're done for the year.
Awesome.
All right. Here you go. What else you got, man?
Well, some sad news coming out of San Francisco. Not one of ours, but still, like I said, we all work on a ramp. We're all brothers and sisters in this work that we work in. But yes, we had a ramp agent that worked for Dubai National Air Travel Agency, or DNATA for short. He was ejected by his tug and essentially crushed by the cart he was towing. The cart was, full of bags. Obviously, it's one of those big crates that they have, that they put in the aircraft. So they found him underneath, and he was already expired by that time they found him. Which is why we have to wear our seatbelts, guys. It's pretty simple. Just wear it, and you won't have these issues. You'll go back home safe. At least at that.
Yikes, that's scary, man.
Yeah.
Like I told people, again, if you get ejected there's 2 things you're gonna hit: cast iron steel or concrete, man.
Yeah.
And they don't give, man. They're playing around, guys. That's why they did this with the telemetry system. That's why they're doing this, because we're just not wearing our seatbelts.
Right, and it's
and they're giving finals out. We had a couple people that come to me. They're giving finals out. They catch you without a seatbelt, it's straight to a final or a warning. Not that it'll stay that way, but I mean, don't make it harder on us trying to argue it down by not wearing your seatbelt. Just put your seatbelt on.
Right, and OSHA's been coming down hard on these airlines, and us being one of them, obviously, because we've had many ejections.
Oh, okay.
So that's it for me.
That's it for you? Okay, I got one more, and that's us bickering and fighting with each other. That's actually stop sipping that thing in the mic. It's just disgusting.
That's just pillow talk, baby.
But anyways,
so
guys,
refreshing.
The bickering has to stop. I mean, unless you can't help it, you got a guy or a guy or girl is coming down on you. Don't answer back. Once you answer back or go back at them, that's it. You're just as guilty as they are. You know what I mean? So, and for the fact, because if you guys start bickering and then back and forth, all the company's going to do to wipe their hands with it is they're just going to write both of you up. Now, unless somebody touches one another, unless somebody touches you or that you touch them, then it gets interesting. Then somebody's probably going to lose their job. I mean, you could still lose your job just by bickering, depending on what you say. Got to watch what you say as well, because if you say something wrong, you say something vulgar, you say something racist, you say something you're not supposed to be saying to other people, more than likely you'll probably get fired for it. So, and then again, like I said, the bickering has to stop. Now, if you can't control, like I said, if you can't control it, stay away. You know what I mean? Walk away and go talk to a super. Say, hey, you know what? I got scaling. I didn't answer back. The only way you can probably help yourself is if you got witnesses, and if you don't retaliate back right away. You know, I know a guy who's saying, "I'm a man. I'm gonna take that from nobody else." I'm like, well, you're gonna have to. Or else you're gonna be a fired man. That's what's gonna happen. You cannot. You're gonna have to bite your tongue if you want this to go your way. If not, then you know what? If you want to go back at it, then you might as well just kill each other, because you know what? You're going to be fired. You know what I mean? Because there's no point in it. Right. You just start turning it before you guys go at it. Just put your IDs to the side, because you're not going to need them anymore. So I'm telling you guys, bickering has to stop. We're all here to do a job. We're all here to go home. I mean, it's not his job is unfair. My job's unfair. Why do they get? Why do this? Why do that? Blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't matter. In the contract, there is nothing said that we all have to work the same. There's some people that are going to win, and there's some people that are going to lose. That's what's just going to happen. I'm sorry. That's just how it works.
Sometimes you're the dog. Sometimes you're the hydrant.
Yes, that's right. And then, of course, if you got other personal stuff going on, take that shit out of work. Don't bring that here. Right. Don't bring that to the work area, because you're going to lose. You both are going to lose. Like I said, the company's going to try to see who, they're going to try to figure it out. They're going to look at the witnesses, but if they can't figure out who started, they're just going to write both of you up for bickering. It's going to be a final letter of warning. So just it has to stop. It's getting a little bit too bad. It's getting ridiculous now.
Wow.
Eventually, you're going to get caught. Eventually, you're going to talk to the wrong person. Eventually, someone's going to listen, and you're probably going to end up paying for it. So it's meaningless. It's meaningless. It's just work. Get your bags. Take your bags. It is what it is. We know it's cold. We know we all have to work. We all have a job to do here. So just do your job. And if you don't like that person, that's fine. It doesn't mean you can't work with them. Just sit there and do your job, and that's it.
Right.
Walk away.
Keep your emotions in check.
Keep your emotions in check.
And just do the job.
Yes, and that's it. And if you can't help it, if somebody comes at you like that, just back away. Back away and ask for a soup, and go from there. Right. And then that'll be much more help than actually trying to return fire. Because if you turn fire, then like I said, you both are going down for it.
It's a lose-lose situation.
It pretty much is.
Don't lose your job because of that.
Yeah. All right, Hugo, that's it for us.
That is it for me, man.
That's it for me, man. So guess what, man? It's time. So give us something to watch while these guys wait for their flights.
All right. Netflix, I've been watching 61st Street, thanks to Danny Vega. He actually turned me on this. It's set in Chicago. It's about a college teen who was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Of course, they're going to throw in some bad cops in there. And a retired lawyer who wants to take his case. I'm still in the middle of watching it. I'm almost done, but it is very interesting.
Nice.
How about you?
Well, I just want to finish up on the Stranger Things. The last time I came there was one episode left.
What do you mean? I thought we finished it.
No, yeah, I did finish it, but last time we didn't. Last time I only had one episode left. We did finish it. Ended up being really good. There was a lot of complaints about it. Blah blah blah, saying where's all the blood? Where's all the why can't these guys die? Blah blah blah. Yeah, no, this ain't Friday the 13th. This ain't Welcome to Derry. It's more of a kid story. These kids were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and and I'm telling you, it ended the way it did. You got in Dungeons and Dragons, it's a party of 3 to 5 characters, and they get together and they end up fighting the one boss. That's all this really was. It's a kid story. I mean, it's a very vicious story, but old girl was packing. She was packing heat pretty big. She looked at Rambo, man.
I want her on my team.
Jesus Christ, she was packing heat like a motherfucker. She had everything.
Hell yeah.
She had everything on her, man. But damn. But anyways, yeah, I thought it was a great ending. They make you just come up with your own ending, which is great. So I don't see why everybody didn't like it.
I did like that ending.
Yeah, to me, they ended great.
The mom, though, damn, she went fucking ballistic on that
she snapped.
guy.
I was like, holy cow. And her husband is just a big lame, so I don't know.
I know.
So, yeah. So I
just hack, and then whoop,
there
goes the head.
As far as movies are concerned, my nephew actually turned me on to this movie. It was pretty good. It's called The King. The King is on Netflix. It's pretty much about how King Henry V became king. He didn't want the throne to begin with, so he passed it on to his brother. And the brother ended up dying in battle right away, actually. So he ended up having to take the throne. And it's full of interesting stuff. It has a very good twist at the end, but it's not actually. I mean, it's based on some true events, not all true events, because it's the adaptation of the William Shakespeare story.
Oh, okay.
So,
great.
But actually, it's actually pretty good.
Nice.
So that's about it, buddy.
Cool.
Yep. All right. So everyone, thank you again for listening. Please subscribe to us, like us, tell everybody about us. Again, That's with the quick question. I'm your host, Eric Perez, alongside my co-host, Hugo Valles. Hugo.
All right, everybody. And, of course, don't forget to do your complies. There's 2 of them out right now. So by the time you're done with this, get on it, do your complies, and let's all be safe out there. And we are signing off.